Hi, I'm here with Hope Dooner, my dear friend, and she's just hosted a lovely brunch, and we were having a conversation about one of her early jobs. Can we say the company?
Cartoon Network.
It's so cool. Hope was a writer for Cartoon Network. So Hope has a story about taking a job as an assistant, and if you're moving into a project management career, you might take or look for a position that is a project coordinator or a project assistant or something that is related and lets you use your project management skills. And I found out that Hope got this job through her
A
connections.
very kind friend.
Yes, and additionally, she started working there in one role, and through the course of her job, she navigated or wound up working in a different role there. So Hope's got a really good story about how she...
And I really sort of fell into the other part of it, writing. But it was fun to evolve into that direction. Okay, so here's how it went. I was writing for magazines, freelance, and I said I needed more structure and discipline in my life, and I need a more regular paycheck. So a friend called me, and she had known me for 20 years, and she said, Cartoon Network is hiring. The executive VP needs an assistant. And I said, well, I don't even know what that means. I had no idea what it meant. She goes, just come. He wants somebody like you. And I thought, okay. So I went into this interview, and I said, listen, if you hire me, you're a fool. Actually, the sentence was, you're a fool if you hire me. And he looked at me and he said, what are you talking about? And I said, I heard that I'm gonna have to do expense reports and email things, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that.
Okay, don't do that anymore.
Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
Don't do it.
Ever talk like this. And these are all things you should not do in an interview. These are all the things. So he said, I want somebody who is not just out of school, but who's had some life experience, and I can teach you various things, but I can't teach you to be smart. And I thought that was such a lovely thing for a potential boss to have said. And
because he saw that you were intelligent and he liked that about you.
He thought I was. Yes. So anyway, so then he said, what would it take for you to say yes if I offered you this job right now? And I said, well, he said, so if I started you off I probably can't start you any higher than 30. And I went, what? I thought that was a lot because I had been working freelance. And
it was a long time ago, too.
It was 20 years ago. So I looked at him and I go, what? And he said, okay, 32. We will start at 32. He thought I wanted it to be higher. What a lovely person. And I said, okay. And he goes, I promise you we can revisit it again in 6 months and you can go higher. And I thought, I felt like I won the lottery. Oh, and then another thing I said was, he was talking about benefits. And I said, also, I'm going to be a big strain on the company. Because I've had diabetes for 30 years, since I was a child. And he looked at me and he said, never, never, never say that in an interview. Never. This is a man who was about to hire me, and he was warning me. He's like, stop. Don't tell me anything else. Talking. And I go, because it's insulin. I mean, I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop because I'm just sort of, I'm an open book and I'll tell you everything, but there are certain things you don't. Maybe that's the lesson here. There are certain things you should zip your lip about because you're not lying to not share everything. Not everybody needs to know everything. Like how many shots I take a day. I mean, he looked at me like, I don't want to talk anymore about insulin. I was like, well, it's this one. Horrible. So anyway, he hired me that day, and he was so disappointed to know that I really was bad at those things. But he was able to sort of teach me some things. And then I found that what I really was good at was being his assistant kind of in his life. Like I was able to organize a trip for all the vice presidents to go on a retreat where they came up with the show Boomerang, the network Boomerang, and with all the classic TV cartoons. I was able to find my niche for what I was able to be an assistant for him. So there's not just a cookie cutter definition for what an assistant could do.
You wrote for Space Ghost.
Space Ghost, Coast to Coast.
Who'd you write?
The Black Widow. Do you know the character?
That's so cool.
It was really fun. They're a great place, great company, great.
I bet they use project managers.
I bet they do use project managers.
So from this, you've learned that your friends, your network, your relationships, acquaintances can be valuable in your career, and you can help other people too. It's not just one way, reciprocal as well.
Right.
When you can help others and give to others, that's valuable also. And then also you've learned some valuable lessons about what not, cautionary tales about what not to do in your interview.
And if you're wondering, should I say this? Don't. Definitely don't say it.
Thanks, Hope.
Thanks, Leigh.